Today, in this era of rapid changes in artificial intelligence, I'll present on the topic, should I be an AI developer or researcher? To briefly introduce myself, I majored in computer vision and I have 6 years of experience. As you can see below, during my master's degree, I primarily focused on paperwork and company projects. After earning my master's degree, I began working for a major company. I initially started in a laboratory as a researcher, but I was soon put in charge of mass production. Later, I switched to a startup where I primarily focused on R&D. During my time there, I led the AI team. Currently, I'm working in a product division of another major company, doing work that is somewhat similar to research. Before I begin my presentation, I want to emphasize that there aren't many companies that allow you to do only the work you want to do. I think many of you are curious about the differences between an AI researcher, developer, and R&D roles. First, one of the main roles of an AI researcher is to improve the performance of models. This performance can be measured in terms of accuracy or latency. Nowadays, the performance of generative AI models is often measured by how realistic the output is. Additionally, AI researchers frequently propose new business ideas or review the potential of current business ventures. Lastly, AI researchers often write papers to contribute to the body of research in their field. On the other hand, AI developers mainly concentrate on pipelines related to the actual service. In other words, they automate the process from end to end until the service is delivered to customers. Moreover, AI developers are deeply involved in optimizing working processes. For instance, services responding within 10 seconds after clicking a button provide a vastly different user experience compared to those responding within 1 second, making optimization a crucial task. Lastly, an AI developer's role includes considering how to develop products from the user's perspective and determining effective delivery methods. The last role is R&D, which combines aspects of both researcher and developers. This role is primarily found in startups, and their primary objective is to create a product. Moreover, since most R&D roles are within startups, individuals in these positions are typically expected to take on a variety of tasks as needed by the company. In other words, they are exposed to various types of jobs, regardless of whether they initially intended to take them on or not. Now I believe you understand the differences of the roles of an AI researcher and an AI developer. So let's return to our topic. Should I become an AI developer or a researcher? It's an open-ended question without a definitive answer. However, even though it doesn't have a straightforward answer, when deciding on our career path, we must consider what we enjoy more and which job holds more long-term promise. On the slide, you'll see a symbol of ChatGPT and a screenshot from a video generated by Sora, a video generative AI model from OpenAI. The reason why I'm showing you these images is to illustrate how rapidly the AI market is evolving. With the emergence of artificial general intelligence, we are now seeing many AI models capable of performing a variety of tasks with high efficiency, and developments continue to be made. However, developing these models requires substantial investment. In addition to financial resources, a vast amount of data is also necessary. Furthermore, it's crucial to come up with innovative business applications that make creative use of these models. The chart in the bottom left corner displays the future outlook of artificial intelligence as presented by a Korean institution. The chart in the bottom right corner shows a 5-year trend of NVIDIA's stock prices. As you can see, in 2019, the stock price was only $42, while now it's close to $1,000 within just 5 years. This dramatically illustrates the growing excitement and anticipation for future developments in AI. The two companies above are trending companies that lead the AI market in various forms. On the other hand, the three companies below are following companies in the market. It is unquestionable that the three companies are amazing companies, yet for some reason, they are underperforming compared to market expectations. Although AI is not your sole business, the trends in their stock prices clearly illustrates that their performance is influenced by how effectively they utilize AI. It is evident from this that companies currently trending in AI are receiving high valuations, demonstrating the significant impact of AI integration on their market success. Now we'll conduct a case study on each company drawing from my personal experiences and those of my colleagues. Case 1 focuses on the research division of a major corporation. Although it is designated as a research division, even research labs within large corporations face pressure to generate profits. Consequently, they require developers to create products. Additionally, there is no clear distinction in job roles between master's and doctoral degrees holders. Large corporations also tend to require extensive documentation and reporting based on these documents. The size of the circles on the slide shows the amount of work dedicated to each job function. Despite being a research division, the time researchers can spend on academic papers is limited. Instead, researchers often devote more time to identifying new business opportunities and developing proofs of concept. POC activities include developing a simple model and evaluating its performance quantitatively. Lastly, it's important to note again that documentation and reporting account for a significant portion of the overall responsibilities in these roles. Case 2 focuses on how roles within a startup differ based on educational qualifications. Team members with a bachelor's degree are also crucial to product development, focusing mainly on parameter tuning and the deployment of completed models into actual services. Their role ensures the smooth operation of models within service environments. On the other hand, those with master's degree often handle more sophisticated tasks in product development, such as pre- and post-processing algorithms. They also seek new business opportunities by analyzing market trends and relevant research papers. Lastly, PhD holders' roles include again pre- and post-processing algorithms, model improvements, and business item search. Successful model development may also lead them to write and publish academic papers. Case 3 shifts focus to a major corporation's development division rather than a research division. Individuals with bachelor's degree typically handle tasks closely related to service delivery, such as back-end or front-end development. Those with master's degree are often tasked with documentation, modeling, facilitating communication with other departments, and reporting. Lastly, individuals with PhDs are often heavily involved in documentation, reporting, and managing colleagues within the department. Essentially, they oversee the entire project. This breakdown is based on personal impressions and experiences, outlining the general division of responsibilities within a development division of a major corporation. Let's summarize the case studies. The ability to deliver models to customers is preferred by any corporation. To develop this ability, it's important to have a firm understanding of the entire process of AI service development. Another point I want to emphasize is that writing an academic paper is only a small part of your role. Additionally, if you have a master's degree, regardless of the company you work for, you will be asked to perform various tasks. Lastly, PhD holders at companies are required to take strong responsibility for model performance and spend significant time improving it. However, due to the recent introduction of large AI models, we've noticed some different trends. One of the recent trends is fine-tuning a model with a smaller amount of data for our own purposes rather than developing a model from end to end. The next trend is kind of sad. There's a significant disparity between what I can accomplish with AI and people's expectation. One of the challenges we'll face is bridging this gap. There are various aspects of AI research and development, and we cannot master all of them. Some of you might also be wondering where you should start to become an AI expert. In most cases, if you're going to work for a company, your job will primarily focus on creating a product. Unless you have an exceptional ability to master all of the skills required for creating a product, I recommend you master one skill first. If you're proficient in at least one skill, your ability will be valued in the job market. Some of the skills required for developing a product include lightning models, API, chipset optimization, MLOps, executable programming, and data analysis. There are even more skills required for product development, and if you are proficient in at least one of them, you will eventually succeed. Then how can we prepare for or practice these skills? Based on my personal experience, I want to say that there are no shortcuts. In other words, fully understanding the basics is crucial. Sometimes the basics can be math, and other times they can be something else. Continuously ask yourself whether you completely understand the concepts while you're studying. Next, while you're at work or studying, continuously ask yourself what, why, and how. In the process of trying to answer these questions through experimentations or research, you'll find yourself improving. You should continuously ask yourself questions until you can provide an explicit explanation for your work. Lastly, having experience is important. This experience can come from writing an academic paper or conducting a project. Many people tell me that they don't know how to choose a topic for their project. One piece of advice I can give is to start with a small project instead of trying to create something incredible. There are still many insights and much knowledge you can gain by doing a small project. For example, instead of starting with a project on detecting objects in an image, try dividing the project into smaller parts by adding specific conditions, such as how you're going to detect smaller or larger objects better under certain conditions. Although the size of the project is smaller, there are still many things you need to learn to complete it. Thank you for watching the video, and whether you're dreaming of becoming an AI researcher or developer, I hope you find this video helpful.